earlier that the technical team, in their best judgment, have omitted him from the pool, so that matter is settled. As it relates to his own conduct, it is something that the JAAA disciplinary committee will have to preside over. The management team here met with him, and we expressed to him our concern, and we had a very cordial discussion, right? And to the point where we are not in any way believing that we'll have any recurrence of what happened. And he understands what we mean by saying, conduct yourself well, you're an ambassador of the country, right? And you have brought the sport into disrepute, and we just need to turn down the temperature a bit. And he agreed to that, and we are holding him to that commitment. So as far as we are concerned, no privilege has been lost on his part, and we intend not to impose any sanction here other than reporting the facts to the JAAA, and they can do what they deem fit.
Is there a system within the J3s or the team management when there's a camp like we have here at the World Championships, when an athlete completes or has completed his tour of duty, he automatically leaves the camp, heads back home or to his place of abode? Or is it that athletes are allowed to stay for the duration of the tournament and everybody goes back together?
Well, you are booked for the duration. So it is the athlete's call as to whether or not he or she wants to leave. But there's no policy to say that you have to leave at any given time other than after the championship. All right, if there's no more question, let me just thank the media for turning up. As I said earlier, we are at the back end of the championship. We are in the chase.
But we came a bit late, so
yes,
there were some things that we might have missed.
Ask the question and we'll answer.
I know there was an issue with regards to Goldson and him being a part of the squad now when he was not originally named. Can you clear that up?
Yeah, allow the coach.
I spoke earlier that athletes were added to the team. Maybe just about 5 other athletes were added after the team was sent out. Athletes, coaches, and managers were added after. Goldson was added as a backup. And specifically, if I should even speak to that, Tyquendo Tracey was a part of the relay pool. In Trinidad, ran 23.09 in the 200 meters. We thought that he was injured. He then went to Memphis and ran 20.94 and 10.20. We felt that we needed to add additional manpower at the time before the entry for submission was closed to the IF. Goldson, who then during that period of time became the World University champion, ran 10.04 and then in 2 hours 10.04 again. So I think at that time it would have been a decent addition. And I spoke earlier to Stacey and Williams, who was not on the team, and did an excellent job anchoring the 4x400 meter, mixed medley, and will be a part of the relay pool moving forward. And it was left to the coach to make that decision. Fortunately, some may say unfortunately, but fortunately, I am the coach of that athlete. Or unfortunately. Is what it is.
And Mr. Gordon, wouldn't it be a little more prudent when the team is being announced and the coaches are being announced that the role that coaches will play be a part of the communication? Because what I find happening now is that you're hearing that persons who are close to the situation will probably know that this coach is responsible for that group, that coach is responsible. I think it will be more prudent if all that is
I agree. I agree. Yes, that is something that we must include in our press releases. Yeah, that is something we'll take definitely on board. Gentlemen, in the interest of time, I'm just going to ask Coach now to share with you what the relay pool look like for the 100 4x100 male and female, and also the 4x4 male and female.
All right. I have to get back to the truck. I have to try and get on the four bus. So for the 4x1 men.
One second, sir.
Men 4x1.
Naftali.
Akeem Blake, oblique civil, Ryan Ford.
Really, coach?
Oh, I'm sorry. Akeem Blake, oblique civil, Ryan Ford, Ron Watson, Tyquendo Goldson, and Michael Campbell. For the female,
Final name?
Michael Campbell. For the females, it is Brianna Williams, Elaine Thompson Hero, Sasha Lee Forbes, Shelley Ann Fraser Rice, Sharika Jackson, and Dennis, I'm so lost. One more for the
Natasha.
pool. And Natasha Morrison. For the 4x4, I will ask Dennis to send that out tomorrow. For the 4x4, men and women, as early as possible. Mr. God.
Yeah, and again, the reason why it's strategic, because we delayed naming it, because the coaches believe that they don't want to give the United States an understanding of our four, so they can do their own strategy. So we delay naming the 4x1s until now, and we're just going to ask a patient to do the 4x4s tomorrow, strategically for that reasons.
That's good.
Any question?
The last name in the men's 4x1.
Michael Campbell.
He was added well.
Yeah.
He was added well.
All right. So
What was the deadline, by the way, though, for officially announcing these?
this time tomorrow or earlier.
And
The official deadline for World Athletics.
2 hours.
2 hours prior to the start.
Before the start.
Yeah. All right. So again, the coach really felt as though he was disparaged and defamed by Taekwondo utterances, which, as I put out in the group, was rather diabolical, unfounded, and it is the coach call as to whether or not he wishes to proceed legal action. It's an option he is available to him, but that is really his call. What we're trying to do is to clarify for your public, both your viewing and listening public, actually what transpired and the truth about how things unfolding and in the sequence of events in how they unfolded. So I'm going to ask the coach just to close out to say specifically that he is the injured party, what he intends to do, if anything at all. That is his.
As I mentioned earlier, I've given 33 years of public service, 21 years serving the national team, voluntary service, which I enjoyed tremendously. Running quarter mile, half mile to the TIC, making sure that everything was in place for some of those world record teams and working alongside those great athletes. And as I said, the utterances were libelous, defamatory. My family is coming under attack on social media. The postings are out there. There's no way I will have to seek redress in relation to my reputation. Track and field is a part of what I do. I'm also involved with youngsters that I mentor and I try to assist. So there's no way that I can allow this to just be a passing fad. I've seen these things happen before, and Tyquendo Tracey has been disrespectful before to management. He has made allegations on social media about his former coach, Stephen Francis. And so this is a his modus operandi. And it is very difficult for me not to seek some form of redress in relation. This has to do with my reputation.
Specifically, what the redress will be?
Well, I will take counsel on that matter.
Any wrap-up question?
What, were there any direct threat of physical violence in what was said, or was just harm to reputation?
No, it's no physical, because I would never put myself in that position. And the truth about it is that we have not had any verbal altercation. But what was posted on social media and the responses is defamatory and libelous, because writing took place. And just to add, there have been threats and there have been utterances about my personal circle. And so I can't take these things lightly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this, that I know as a nation we enjoy winning, and sometimes we kind of get overboard. We characterize the athletes, the coaching staff, the management group. It's an assignment we take seriously. You all know here it is hard work. You really hardly have time to do anything. The food are not usually good, and we have to endure in the best interest of the country. Sometimes it is good if you could spare a thought for the athletes who have not medal but would have made a final or a semi-final, because it too means a whole lot to them for their effort. And we need to be a little bit more responsible in how we characterize things. One of our colleagues said something that I personally am going to pursue, that the mixed relay was put together because people have tried to spread the food, right? In our culture, you understand what that meant. And none of us here have to do this. We are not paid, we are volunteers. And to subject us to that level of ridicule is just unbecoming, and it is something that until someone pays in the court, they won't cease. And that one was said by Oral Tracey, and I personally is going to pursue that.
So even though you took down the video and then did a second one where he sort of was apologizing, the legal course was still
the damage already done. Everybody is saying that we're up here concocting to get money. What money? What money? No. But that is Mr. Wilson. I am part of a management setup, right? You all know my other life, and I have to be careful to how my character and my reputation is marred. So as you all know, in my other life, I will always be under scrutiny for my utterances and my conduct. So I'm not going to allow someone to really characterize me in that way without paying the price for it. It was unbecoming, it was treacherous, right? It was diabolical, and apologizing to Mr. Wilson is one thing, but also remember that I also have another life that has to be protected.
I was also very disappointed in how Demish Gay was characterized. This is a young man who would have made the finals in 2017 of the World Championships, and the finals in Doha, running 44.4, raising the bar during that era for other persons, got injured and is struggling on his way back, trying to find form. He has a life, he has a family. And to make insinuations about him retiring, this is what he do on a day-to-day basis. He does on a day-to-day basis. This is his career. And until he's displaced, this is what he earns his living. And I think that we should not single out any athlete for that matter and demonize them in that way. And I'm very disappointed with those utterances.
All right. Thank you so much.